Did you ever feel if you want to choose, you want to marry with the old man, or you should cut your genital organ? Which one you choose? So, without any further ado, just go to this video because it's talk about this. It's so incredible. So, stay tuned. So, in this novel, I would like to tell you about FGM. What is FGM actually? FGM is based on BBC News. It is female genital mutilation. It is to celebrate the cutting of the removal of the female external genital. It is considered around about 100 million girls in Spain have to read about this, and it happened also in these novels, but it is do not in Spanish actually, but it is in Somalia ethnic. So what is make it different with other book? I mean, a lot of book. It is so incredible, it's so beautiful, but you know why you should read these novels. So before we go to another next, I would like to tell you about our timeline. First, I would like to tell you about the book profile and the author profile. The third is synopsis, and the last but not least, it's talk about the social issue. And I would like to say sorry because maybe at the book profile or the author profile it's make it similar, and what is make it different only just how they debate, or maybe what is they life, something like that, but it's a little bit similar because we talk about the autobiography in this novels. Talk about the book profile. In this book profile, as I told you before, the book of this profile is Desert Flower. Desert Flower itself, I mean, in bahasa Indonesia, it's called by bunga gurun. Why it's called by bunga gurun? Because it is the condition of the Somalia itself is from the South Africa. Africa is a lot of, it's so hot, something like that. So that's why. And this girl is so beautiful. It's just like Indonesia is called kembang desa. So that's why that call is Desert Flower. So Desert Flower was published in it was published in 1989, and it's all in adaptation again. Because maybe and the era, I mean, there's right now in digital era. Now all people know maybe about what is they say, something like that. Or there is no translation in English, something like that. So that's why the adaptation again to make it simple and people can understand what they say in that book. So that's why and it was published on March 15, 2011. And this novel is talk also the gender is novel is talk about the autobiography of the biography itself. The author is Waris Dirie, and it is published in Washington Disney, then United States, and about the pages is around about 242. Waris Dirie is one of the incredible women that I ever seen before. Even I don't know about her actually, but I can know about what he feel at the time, what the struggle from the novel itself. So her name is Waris Dirie. Waris Dirie was born in the Somalia in 1965. Then right now he is an ambassador of the travel world, an intelligent patient of human rights, then advocate, then she also ambassador of abolition of FGM before as the writer. So her debut it is science sun has the border of the desert flower, the aspect for the signet of the Africa travel world by UN leadership, and the previews include the international bestseller Desert Flower, an adaptation for the films in San Francisco, in Los Angeles, and several. Then from in 1970 from 1997 until 2003, he become the ambassador of the UN, the UNFG ambassador of the a billionaire of FGM. Then after that, he have their own organization. They make it in the Vienna, about in Austria, for desert flower itself. So right now there is Waris as a mother of the two sons, Ekli and Leon. Then he married with the musician of jazz called by David Brown. Then right now he live and stay for longer in London. Okay, talk about these novels. I know this is the part what you want to know more about this novel, why you should read about these novels. So this novel is one of best-selling book by Times New York. It's tell about Dirie's amazing of Dirie's Waris, the heartbreaking, the struggle, the inspiration, the story itself. And then this story actually there is several, some just like desert flowers, desert town, desert children, letter to my mom, and one is my favorite book. My favorite book, I mean the edition about this book, is Desert Flowers. It is talk about the younger, the childhood kids. The name is Waris Dirie. It's who live in the poverty condition. He should be not also take care about their family. They should be take care about their sister and brother, and she also should be take care about they God, because they have God at the time. But at the same times, when he turned to 13 years old, she should be choose. He should be married with the old man, or he should be mutilate her genital, or the virginity should be cutting. Then actually then the old man actually love with the Waris Dirie, because their story is so beautiful. So that's why actually if Waris Dirie wanted to be chef, just marry with the old man. But Waris doesn't want to. They don't want to be choose. They don't want to cut their genital. The genital even is claim of the Muslim, because they are almost Muslim, and Waris also she don't want marry with the old man also. Then this is it. It's so hard also. They when they go out, just like it's every day they just walking. They don't have money. They just they do not it just sometimes when I read this book, I just like confused why it's just like the incredible of the God, why he can live even they do not eat, do not drink. They have they don't have any agree about that. But when he go to the center of the city, just like me go to Jakarta, the kind of the people they and how they trust the people. If the people want to kind with she and something like that. And then after that he get a ticket, go to London. And this is also, it's so hard to get survey when he already in London. And because he get struggle how the way to speak English, how to speak English, and to interaction about the new ethnic, the new culture in there, because it's completely different from Somalia. But thanks to God, because Waris Dirie meet the people who they really take care, even at the first time maybe ignore, because just like a stranger, they look like something like that. So that's why a lot of people just underestimate about itself. But after that, because they meet about the meet they meet, and he become actually after that she become best friend with her best friend. So after he become best friend with his best friend, then he try after that he tried. So this friend also try, and because they best friend also sometimes just like guilty why she ignore something like that, even the words is kind something like that. So that's why he solved solve the problem. Her best friend try to teach Waris Dirie how to be how to learn English, how to be spoken in English, and something like that. And thanks to God also, he also a lot of because he at the sometimes at there's any some of the boy he has the photographer and look like the potency of Diriie Waris. So that's why this photographer want to Diriie Waris. This is this is also one of the start of Diriie Waris become a model of the Victoria's Secret, and to show up about the secret about her secret childhood, something like that, the straying. And after that he also uh, pay about pay what is already best friend pay for itself, something like that. Yeah, so that's why it's so interesting to tell about you guys about this novel. So last but not least, I would like to tell you about the social issue that happened in these novels. So actually there's a lot of the social issue it happened in this novel, as I told you at the beginning, because it's related about the celebrate the Kartini yesterday. So that's why I think this is one of inspiration why we should to be proof as the woman. So let's talk about the uh, this tool of the female sexuality facing female genital mutilation. Then it's talk about discrimination, because he is the poor from the poor people. Then he is the black people. Then last but not least is talk about the gender equality. So based on the Wikipedia, gender equality is also to know as a sexual equality or equality of the sex in the state of equal access of the access resort by the opportunity regardless for the gender, including economy, participate, decision, meaning, behavior, and equality of the gender. So actually this is and in this novel also we can see the gender of the woman is low. In this novel the man look at the woman is just like it's underestimate for the woman. You cannot do this, you cannot do this, especially they claim as a Muslim if they should be cut the genital mutilation, they cut should be the genital reproduction is to be cut, something like that. Yeah, it's so hard, it. And until right now gender equality still exists. I don't know what happened with this word, but why they should they still exist for some of the country at least, something like that. Even sometimes just like ibu kita Kartini, or maybe some of the woman is already approved about the woman, but right now still exists. And also about, as I told you before, it's talk about the FGM by the, maybe if you still confused what I'm saying, the first is female genital mutilation. It's talk about the deliberate cutting of the remove the external genital. Is happened in Spanish. It's around 100 girls is take arrest for this, and the quote for this novel is, he said, the virginity is not the accommodity on the African market is one of the biggest reason for FGM. And his father said he is too old for run. Yeah, it just like, when the father say, this too old for you run. No, this is not any old for the woman to run. You can get whatever you want, whatever you from, you can do whatever you make it. You can get your dreams, you can become doctor, you become anything, girl, you should be have the ambition for that song. Then the second quote is from Sons. I could see the Somali man was not happy. He present he lives in grill of the doctor between the fact and to understand a little English and attitude the Somali man. And I feel this is right. So thank you as already listener for my presentation. If you have any question, just comment down below and see you in the next presentation. Bye bye.